And welcome back, space friends, to fifth match of the day in Oceanic Assault Tournament here. I'm Shadu. With me is Slim Matt from Goon Swarm, Imperium, etc. Alliance. What happened with the name?
Once upon a time, somebody stole it from us, much as we did to somebody else once upon a time also. And these days...
I've never stolen anything from Goons.
No, it was Cartoon. Cartoon stole our name from us. I think the match is pretty much about to start here, but...
That's okay.
If you're wanting
maybe this is more interesting to talk about the match this time. If we come back to two caracoles just pounding on each other, neither one of them doing any damage, we're going to return to that subject and we'll set the history straight. Now, what we're seeing here, though, Slim Matt, is slightly interesting. There's a vast difference between these competitors. Can you tell us a little bit more?
We're seeing both competitors have come in at 50 kilometers from the middle of the beacon, or the arena in this match. Runkett in a caracal, so we're going to see another caracal again, and IbanezLaney is in a mower. Now, IbanezLaney has an interesting name. If I click on him here, you can see the little sniper rifle there, and is already starting to chase the caracal out. And if he's not careful here, he's going to run into the boundary.
This caracal is going dangerously close to that.
He's managed to pull a U-turn right at the last second and stay within sight.
At least he's immediately better than Elise Randolph at this thing. Maybe he can apply to Pandemic Legion and join us on our tournament team.
We can see that the caracal's already applying damage from pretty well 70 kilometers out, which is what we expected from, say, a heavy missile caracal, so that's probably what he is there. Ibanez already taking damage. IbanezLaney's name there obviously has the sniper rifle in it, so we're wondering if he has railguns loaded. And now that Runkett is starting to take damage, that's probably a reasonably good guess on our part there.
So what we saw the Moa do there is close up to the middle of the arena there. In order to be able to deal damage basically from anywhere. What we don't see, though, is a lot of damage being applied to the caracal. The caracal is doing most of the shooting here, and certainly started to get Runkett already below that half shield mark. And it doesn't look like the Moa is keeping up with his boosting very much. However, he is closing in on a little bit.
Just so you know, Runkett is the caracal, and he's the one not boosting.
Oh, really? Well, there you go. He's in wrong order on my screen. That's why I play my screen.
The mower of IbanezLaney is easily doing damage. Now that Runkett slips into pretty low shield, is he gonna be like speed tank like earlier you said? Maybe he's just looking to completely range tank somebody. Now that he's taking so much armor damage, we're not seeing a shield boost from him at all. The mower is staying within range enough and doing damage with some drones now. Runkett trying to fight back and get rid of the drones. It looks like the mower's probably going to just chase up at this point, close the range a little bit more to make sure he stays within railgun range, and the fight's going to finish reasonably quickly, I think, because we still haven't seen any shield boosting from Runkett.
Well, that's right. Now that I'm actually paying attention to the match itself, I can tell you that this caracal is purely speed tanked. He has no booster whatsoever, which is not going to go very well for him, as he is now out of shields, out of armor, with only hull remaining, unless we see
the comical
a hull tanked caracal. That would be so great. Obviously, he'd have no damage whatsoever, being that he can't fit any damage mods. But I believe
now that CCP have introduced hull tanking rigs and the modules to all go together, you can get some pretty good hull tanks out of some of the cruisers out there. The Galante ones tend to be the ones favoured for hull tanking. They do work quite well, but I doubt the caracal is going to do very good at all. Half structure now, essentially.
Having said that, his structure isn't disappearing at the rate that he lost his shields and armor. I believe this caracal must be hull tanked, because he is fighting like a hero. And the Moa is now dipping below half shields. Of course, he is active tank and is pulling back, while Runkett, the hero, is hanging in there in about 20% only of his hull lost. This is wonderful. This is great.
I think this is just a matter of IbanezLaney managing his micro warp drive pulses to stay within range for the railguns compared to boosting with his shields. We can see that he's easily able to tank back up to full HP on the shields there, Ibanez and the Moa, and then quickly pulse back into range of the Caracal and do a little bit more damage, Runkett, of course, is back to nearly half shields though. Maybe we're seeing a really sneaky shield booster come in late there and he's been forgetting to use it.
That would be brilliant. The Moa is trying to chase up to this Caracal, probably to close in on a little bit better ammunition range. Perhaps what the Caracal has so far managed to do is get out of that high damage ammo range and be able to sustain his non-existing active tanking just with these hull mods. The Moa now at armor, having lost these shields, with the Caracal having regained almost half of his shields. This match has miraculously turned around for the hero Caracal in hull, and here goes the armor in one shot. From the Moa, he is now in deep trouble and he's gone.
I have
Hero
to say,
wins the day.
I have to say that's quite a turnaround on the match. We really weren't expecting to see Runkett's Caracal become stronger later on like that, especially given how powerful the Moas have tended to be like that. It really was just running him down and getting shots on him easily.
I call this Caracal and Runkett the hero of the day so far, having managed to hang in there with the whole tank. Finally, an interesting match, which is great.